Hello, I'm Addition. On today's segment of Mailbox, I'll be discussing several issues on relationship and different mails from different people in different parts of the country. Today I have a mail from Maria. Maria is from Lagos. She says, I love my husband, but I think I'm attracted to somebody else. So Maria, I've gone through your story and this is it. So, the perspective we'll be looking at this conversation will be more biblical and spiritual than the circular response that you have in marriages or relationship. From Maria's story, she's been married since 2017. She has 2 kids and she's not sexually attracted to her husband. Now, Maria, over the years, she met a colleague and his name is Kola. Kola is one of the colleagues in the office. Now, for some reason, Maria is getting attracted to Kola and she feels that they have that sexual spark. Okay, so Maria, this is it. So there's a conversation about marriage that everybody must learn to embrace. So it's beyond. So marriage is not just a job that you want to pick up and then change as you feel. Understand the fact that marriage is actually a gradual process. There are 2 different people moving from point A and from point B to make a home. Understand that this is your home and this is marriage. And when you made that vow, the conversation was till death do you part. Now there's something in marriage that people really take, they really don't take important on. They feel they can always look for a solution elsewhere. The truth about it is, especially for issues that has to do with sexual attraction, is a spark that I know it's not easy, but you really need to build it up yourself. So there are different activities I'm sure that you guys need to start engaging into. You guys really need to fall back in love again, because the truth is, for a woman, before you can begin to be sexually attracted to someone, there would be other things. So when I have conversations with friends and colleagues, the thing about the human nature is that women are quite different from men. So most men are moved by what they see, but women are moved by what transpires within. Is more psychological for women. So I think you and your husband really need to get your mojo back. You really need to figure a lot of things, so that thing that made you have the first baby, the second baby, and the sexual spark, you guys need to bring it back again. If it's to go on holidays, if it's to be together at some point, go together for dinner, watch movies, and what have you. And I'm sure as time goes on, the spark will begin to now for Kola. The truth about the matter is, for you to actually get to this point, it means that you yourself, you actually like Kola, and that must stop. That's the truth. If you really want the marriage and you want to have a good home, that home that is built on Christ, the one you want for yourself, it is important that whatever relationship that you have with Kola must stop. It must stop in the sense that you mustn't see Kola as a replacement for your husband, because for female, once you start seeing another man as a replacement, your whole focus now moves to that guy. Those expectations, especially sexually, that you expect from your husband, you now begin to see another man in that phase. So mentally, you have to see how to take off your mind off that guy. He is not the option or solution to the problem you have in your marriage. So Maria, that would be my response to you. I hope I've been able to help a bit. Now the next mail is from Nnamdi. Nnamdi is also from Lagos. My wife wants to relocate by all means. So for Nnamdi too, he's been married for 2 years. The wife wants to relocate by all means. But for Nnamdi is an established businessman here in Lagos. He has everything that it takes to run business and he's making good money. Now, the wife wants to relocate. She has loads of friends that have been pushing her to wanting to relocate, and the parents are even in support of her relocating. Nnamdi, you see, there are a lot of conversations that are not addressed between you and your wife because it's obvious from your question. So I think you need to sit your woman down and agree on certain things. Explain to her why you would appreciate her to stay back. And if otherwise, if she's insisting on going, you also need to ask her why she wants to go. At the end of the day, once you guys look at it and see, for all you care, traveling might even be a blessing to the family. You never can tell. And staying back can also be a blessing as well. So you guys really need to sit down, have that conversation. And when you're having that conversation, ensure that whatever decision you guys are making is not based on what your family or our family is saying or what our friends is saying. I understand the fact that when you guys got married, you guys were very adventurous. She was 23, you were 25. But now kids are beginning to come in. There are a lot of responsibilities that are beginning to come in. You must understand the fact that relocation is not just a decision, or it's not just a trip, or it's just not an holiday. You are actually moving a part of the family to another country. It's a conversation you guys need to sit and have. Charity from Lagos, she said, how do I deal with a chronic cheat of a husband? So for them, they've been married for 7 years and the guy has been on and off. So it's always him having to see other people, other women in the relationship. And then now for her, for Charity, she's had it all and she wants to revenge. There's something we call the power of prayer in a relationship, in a Christian home. You see, a lot of things that we see between couples, whether male or female, sometimes we really need to know the importance of prayer because it can go a long way. A lot of things prayer fixes, even you wouldn't want to fix. So there are a couple of people that smoke, some drink, some womanize, and other habits that are not glorifying. All these things, most times we used to think that they are just things that you can just tell people to stop doing. It doesn't happen like that. You have to actually have a space in the place of prayer to talk about these things to God, because sometimes it's the only one that can fix it for you. Taking a revenge will just be, you are being vindictive. It's not even scriptural. So because somebody is cheating, 2 wrongs will never make it right. So because somebody is cheating, you also want to cheat, and then what will the home be made of? So Charity, I'll just admonish you and plead with you. You have to, in as much as you want to continue to have a conversation with your husband about this, you also want to speak to God in the place of prayer. Then another thing is, so for people that cheat, there must be something that is, you are the wife, you've been the wife for 7 years. I'm sure there was at a point in time where you were the rave of the moment and you were very attractive to your husband. Maybe you are also losing your mojo, you never can tell. So there's the high tendency that you are also playing it slow as a wife, you know, the way women do this age and time. Once you're married, or couples, whether male or female, you just feel, okay, I can relax. I think you should also hop up your game and start looking like that baby girl that you are. So maybe gradually, I'm sure something would happen, and God will help you in the place of prayer as well. Okay, so the next mail is from Felicia. Felicia is from Rivers. My husband wants to be a pastor, but I'm not cut out for that. That's a very funny mail though. So she said she considered herself a spiritual person. No, you are not. I grew up in a church and I was generally brought up in Christ faith. I met my husband Charles in church during one of our national programs. Okay, so the story is that suddenly that guy that she married wants to become a pastor. The truth about it is there's no how God will call you and won't give your partner peace of mind. And I'm sure for somebody that is being called by God, God is ready to take care of the guy, because really, it's not a profession. So the calling, most people that really do not find it attractive are those that they really don't have the resources to juggle the whole process. So for you, Felicia, I think you should just take it easy. Your husband is not picking up a profession that is out of this world. It's a commitment to God and to God alone. I think what you should do more is to support him and continue to pray for him, for God to strengthen him. Because trust me, you should see that as a blessing, because there's nobody that God calls and he leaves. For him to become a pastor, God has chosen your home to bless. Just pray for him, support him, and trust me, if it's God that called him, he's on the path to the right direction. You said, I love God, I never lost my Christian path. But going into full-time ministry, becoming a pastor's wife, Gio's wife, just take it easy. It's not that bad. It's not as difficult. You should just ensure that your spiritual life, just try and be in a good place with God. It's looking like you are so much into the title of being a Christian than actually that living that Christ-like life. If you are living that life, you know that it's a very sweet life. You would even support your husband and pray more for him.